Barak, Yahweh, Alam. Shalom, righteous family. Welcome back to True Talk. The late great Malcolm X said, "Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair?"
Teacher came to school wearing her natural hair for the first time, and her students' reaction is hilarious.
What's going on?
What's wrong?
Good.
Why wouldn't I be good?
We had a rough day.
What's going on?
But look though, the thing about it is you look good on your worst days too.
Talk to me on that shit.
You're quiet.
What's wrong?
You need that header.
Yeah, you should have got some.
You didn't go home.
No, she would have never came to school right there. Out of all these years, you at least had the lashes done.
Notice there's no white faces. It's only us talking about us. Twice they missing where your lashes. So apparently she ain't got no lashes, no makeup, and she wearing her natural hair. And this is how she look, like a normal person. Do it look like she having a bad hair day? Do it look like she having a bad day? And people that look like her, young people, are telling her to go home. You should cut your hair. You shouldn't came in like that. This is a grown woman, teacher, deciding to wear her natural hair. And we see the reaction that young black people are giving her. And these boys, they rocking their natural hair, but for some reason when this woman rock her natural hair, see, that's why I have an issue when dudes come at female wrong with the wrong energy. Some dudes that we wake up, we say, okay, we love our women to be natural. We came out the matrix, we understand how that's a sign of a self-hate that we've been taught. That's a sign of hate for themselves that they have, not intentionally, because we all want to be light and please the world. We all want to be appealing. If the world telling us that something about us need to be changed, is not appealing, especially from our own people, of course. What you think gonna happen? And not all women wear weaves and perms, but the majority of them do. And it's how society has molded us. And it's not just because they choose to and they don't want to embrace their natural hair. See, a lot of dudes come with, they just don't want to embrace their natural hair. They just want to be like the Caucasian. They just want to be, no. That's when you need to be quiet if you don't understand the whole matter. The scripture says, search out the whole matter and know the reason so you can be properly able to handle certain things. That's why Christ tells us, before you try to get the plank out somebody else's eye, get that big one out your eye so you can see clear. A lot of these people ain't got their hearts right and they self right, but want to try to preach to women or tell somebody else how they need to do something. First work on yourself, then you can have the spirit of the Most High to be able to correctly correct somebody after you've been proper corrected. But I'm gonna try to tell this quick story because it resonates so much. I was over to a homegirl's house, and yes, she was just a homegirl friend. And she had kids that, you know, I love, I took a liking to. And one of her daughters was like 7 or 8. It was around school time. They was getting ready to go to school, getting school clothes, shopping, and all that exciting good stuff. And all summer, she has been wearing her natural hair. All her kids been wearing their natural hair. You know, girls had long natural hair, natural woolly, curly, natural hair. Beautiful 4C hair, that long, natural 4C hair. And they had it in a ponytail. And she was doing her oldest daughter hair to get ready for school. And the 7-year old said, I'm gonna wear my natural hair. And right off bat, her mama started yelling at her. Girl, you ain't about to have them people at the school. Uh, you ain't about to have me looking bad and have those teachers at the school talking about me. Now, this is what the mother saying to her daughter, saying, you gonna have me looking bad and have them talking about me because I'm letting you go to school with your natural hair. Now, how you think that's making that 7-year old feel? Well, she's being taught in the pressure of a world, especially at that young age, is shaping her. See, we don't know the pains and stuff that we cause to ourselves. I remember getting my hair done or watching my sisters or cousin get their hair done, and they be combing their hair and be like, this nappy stuff, oh, this stuff rough. And having kids pick saying, oh, you need to get a perm, you need to get your hair straightened out. And these was people that looked like us picking at us saying you need to get a perm, you need to do your hair, all because wearing your natural hair. So anyway, this is how this mama reacted to the girl when the girl said she want to wear her natural hair. Tell her, oh no, you gonna get a perm, you ain't about to wear that nappy stuff. And her hair was not nappy, her hair was just natural, just her natural hair. But nappy has such a nappy negative conversation. When they say nappy, basically they saying bad looking hair, bad rough hair that's not desirable. But let me tell you where the word naughty come from. Cause know thyself. We be parents because we don't understand or know history, know ourselves. Apparently these kids have not been taught. They don't. What happened to passing down knowledge? And I get it. Parents, even if it's a two house parent where they got the mother and the daddy, most of the time they all off at the work. The mama is working hard and the daddy working hard. And then between uh, work, the sports, if we got sports or after school program, that's being done. And when they do have time, a quiet time at the house, usually eating, sitting down watching TV, and they letting the world and social media raise their kids. The only thing they doing is supporting them. I always say there's a difference between raising your kids and supporting your kids. You you know if your kids got a roof over their head, you feeding them, clothing them, make sure they going to school. A lot of people think that's raising their kids. No, you just supporting them. You applying for them. You taking care of. That's the word I'm looking for. You taking care of your kids. I take care of my kids. Okay, but are you raising them? When you raise them, you actually sit down and talk to them and tell them about life. You teach them lessons, do's and don'ts. You teach them how to face issues. A lot of times we haven't been faced these things. I mean, we haven't been taught these things. We just face these things going through life, and then we have kids, and we don't be mindful enough to teach them what we learned. We may wait till they get in trouble and yell something or say something, but I'm talking about really sitting them down and talking to them and teaching them. You know, like grandma used to do, tell stories, stuff that's gonna stick with them. But anyway, back to the story. So this young girl, she went to school with her natural hair because her mama didn't have time to do her hair that day. And of course, she was gonna put a perm in her hair. She was putting perm in all her daughters' hair. Like I said, her daughters had long, natural, beautiful hair. But like most young black girls, when they get that perm, they get it every year until they in their 40s and 50s when they finally want to go back natural and their hair been destroyed because that stuff do destroy your hair to the point where your hair can't grow back or hardly or don't grow back. And the weed glue, it that glue get in your head and you can't pull it out and it pull out your hair. All that rough chemicals. Think about it. You gotta wear gloves and it burns your eyes and that's the stuff you putting on your head. And you think it's not killing your natural hair that make your the natural uh, nutrients and stuff in your hair that's keeping it from growing. That glue in weave that pull out your hair and the weave that the wig that smuggle your hair where your hair can't breathe. The sewing, all that stuff, it damage your hair. I grew up in a black family. I have black sisters. I seen how when my sister them was younger, they had long hair when their hair was natural. As soon as they start getting palms, that's when, you know, they start losing their hair. And then once they start getting palm, they just kept getting it and getting it. And then you don't see them with their natural hair no more. The only time you see them is with weave or perm. And now their hair so damaged that really they can't do nothing but put weave in it. And then a lot of times, because they only palm their hair and have not dealt with their natural hair, that they don't understand or truly know how to. And I've seen many young black women, it's sad, but don't know how to take care and manage their own natural hair because they didn't have to because their whole life they put perm and weave in it. But nevertheless, the young girl came back from school. And I know I'm jumping over the place, but the young girl came back from school. She was upset, and she said people in her class was picking at her. Young black girl, not white people, but black people. A 7-year old was picking at her hair, and she said, I don't like my hair. And I told her, I said, don't say that. I said, look, you got beautiful hair. You got natural hair. Your hair is beautiful. It's wonderful. And she never heard that before. When I told her that, she lit up and she said, with a big smile on her face, I like my hair. I'm going to wear my hair like this again. And her mama yelled at her, no, you ain't. I'm going to put a palm in it. You ain't about to embarrass me. These and this. But these are what happening to our young ladies at an early age because this what happened to their mama. And it goes back to slavery when our women were told to cover up their head because it wasn't appropriate. Now back to the naughty thing. I hear the word naughty come from because our hair is curly, and when I say that, people like, not this nappy stuff. My hair ain't curly. My hair nappy. How you say my hair curly? I say, well, is your hair straight? No. So white people hair is straight, and your hair the opposite. Where's that? Oh, well, then think about it. I say it's curly. I said one strand of your hair it looks like if you take one strand out, it looked like a slinky. And I said, you know how when you pull a slinky, it stretches, and when you let it go, it draw back up. I said, your hair do the same, don't it? Like, yeah. When I pull my hair, it stretch out. When I let it go, it draw back up. I said, because that's curls, and your hair is so curly that it curls around one another. I say, have you ever seen a cord when it get tangled up, it get into a knot, don't it? Or when you have a whole bunch of wires wrapped around each other, it get into the knot. Because our hair is so curly, like I said, one strain look like a yo-yo. If you put on the scale one strain, it look like a round little yo-yo. I mean, not yo-yo, but slinky. One strain hair look like a slinky. That's how curly it is. But those curls wrap around each other to develop a knot, like cords do when they tangle up. That's why it's hard to comb through, and that's where the word knotty come from. Not. Your hair is not knotty. It's nappy, not nappy, not knotty. So we got curly, kinky, woolly hair. There's nothing to be ashamed of. But this type of behavior from our own people is why a lot of our women are ashamed or feel a type of way or feel uncomfortable when they wear their natural hair. So let's not blame our women and let's blame ourselves. And let's do better. Who are raising these kids? Who taught these kids to hate their hair, to hate theyself? They teacher ain't got no uh, fake eyebrows on and weave or this and that, that she need to go home.
This teen came to school wearing natural hair for the first time, and her students' reaction is hilarious.
What's going on?
What's wrong? What ain't good?
We had a rough day.
What's going on?
But look, though, the thing about it is you look good on your worst days too.
You need that header.
To me. Yeah, you should have got some.
You type of lashes like.
I mean, what else can I say, man? It's bad. And you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going. You are looking at a destroyed people. We got to return back to the covenant. We got to repent. And I hate it's only a remnant. I know it's only a remnant. Everybody ain't going to return back to the Most High. Everybody ain't going to obey the laws, statutes, and commandment and believe in the only begotten Son, the true Messiah, Yahushua. Only a few is really going to take hold to the covenant and the testimony and the blood of Christ and the true gospel. I hate to see it, man. But for those who got ears to hear and eyes to see, this is who this video for. Before I go, I just quote Malcolm X one last time. Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? But as always, let Yah be true and every man a lie. Till next time, Shalom.